Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala.
Stay in your own silence. Always prefer silence than talk. Silence is more authentic than any type of talk. What will be your language without this body-mind complex? What language you were using before entering into this body and after exit from this body? We all are impersonal awareness without any involvement in the body-mind we are living. We are pure Shiva, pure consciousness. What is the difference between a person who knows who he is and the person who is still in ignorance? The person who knows who he is always behave as awareness, impersonal. He talks from the source if he has to talk. He has lost individuality, a person. His I is different from the person who is in ignorance. He might still use the term I, but it has different connotation. Even if he wants to talk on behalf of the body-mind complex, he cannot. As the ego has dissolved, there is no ownership of the body-mind complex. We all can start there, observing when a thought comes. Does it come from that wholeness, from that absolute? Does it represent the absolute? Or is it only talking about this body-mind and the selfishness of the body-mind? There is no harm in serving this body-mind. But when you observe, you realize that most of the thoughts, almost all of the thoughts, are serving nothing other than this body-mind. The body-mind which is there only for a very short duration. We are only living in it. And when you realize you are not just living in it, it is living in you. Your existence is not dependent on body-mind. Body-mind existence is dependent on you. Then who should lead the life? You or this body-mind? An ignorant person, a jnani, the body-mind leads, but in a jnani he leads. Because he knows the truth. If you want to live an authentic life, you become the leader. You are the source. You speak out from the source without help of your ego, without being a person. The moment you understand this truth, 90% of your talk disappears. When you observe others, you realize that they only talk about myself, me, I, mine. When you talk to people, they only talk about their likings, dislikings, or their story of the body-mind. What they did 10 years back, what happened in their life, what they are planning to do. Or when you talk about others, you are only talking about stories of others, which we call as gossip. Is your talk talking about your true self or others' true self? All this is chatter of the mind. Understand this. Turn within and start talking from the source. You are not the mind. You are not this body. You are only mere presence. without any personality, without identity. You have no story, name, form and stories of this body-mind. You are formless, pure awareness. You are pure witness to all the events. Your all actions should be disinterested because you are not a doer. You are just an observer. Body is already tuned to do what it has to do. Don't worry about people around you or society, what others say about you. You stay authentic in your pure seeing. You don't have to run away from anything. But don't be the servant of the body-mind you are living. You are the king. Behave, talk, act from the source. Pure awareness. Stay in your heart. Stay as the source. This is the place from where you can watch everything. Your I amness, your I thought, ego, all the tricks of the mind. Your intellect, emotions. You can watch the whole drama unfolding. You are behind the projector from where this movie is being telecast. This movie in the waking is no different than the dream. Nothing really matters. In actual terms, nothing is happening. Whatever happens in a day, in your life or in the world, has nothing to do with you as the source. Everything is images on the screen of awareness. And we all are that pure awareness. If you acknowledge this, and that is your own experiential understanding, then the game is already over. You are free forever. But for whom is this teaching, this instruction? The one who knows always knows. The source is never in delusion. This instruction is only for the person who has an ego and individuality, who is a doer, who is still working from the mind, who is still in the bondage of the mind, who is not yet free from the cage we call mind. It is only our thinking which is bondage. And all instructions are for the one who is still in bondage. Actually, no one is in bondage. Everyone is always free. That is the ultimate truth. Nothing but truth. Pure awareness is never in bondage. all pervading awareness, formless, blissful silence. Staying as pure awareness is complete harmony, is the perfect way to live life. Who lives the life? Awareness is life itself. Know your real nature. Be the observer of whatever is unfolding. Be honest, be truthful. Continue this practice as a witness to all what is unfolding within. And when you intensely watch, you realize this all is a big joke, bondage and liberation. You were in deep slumber of ignorance and thought you were bonded. What is the bondage? Bonded with the mind. When you stay as a witness, you realize you're always a witness. You're always uninvolved. You are never a doer. And there are not two people inside you. Only you thought you were a doer. You are the mind. Thoughts are for you. You have to act on these thoughts. Nobody forced you to do all these things and to believe this. Yes, there was conditioning of the culture of society or of your upbringing or of your old habits. But now you have a choice to be eternally free from all the sufferings. Go back home. Stay in your restful place of pure awareness, acknowledging that you are not the doer. You are only passing time in this body-mind complex. You are just watching things unfolding. Nothing affects you, good or bad. And now you notice that you are choiceless awareness. You drop all your resistance, because all the resistance is manifestation of the ego, which by mistake thinks it is on the driving seat of this body-mind and can achieve results and can accomplish a lot of things. This is mere ignorance. If the body is destined to achieve something, it will achieve, and if not, it will not. The driver who is driving this body-mind is completely fake. When you realize this, you are in harmony. There is no resistance. There is only peace, deafening silence, bliss, bliss of no resistance, bliss of purity, bliss of complete surrender to the Absolute, bliss of inaction, you are bliss. Always stay as pure awareness. Staying as pure awareness, you know there is no credit or discredit to the body-mind complex for anything. Things are already planned. There is no doer. And when there is no doer in the body, every action becomes divine. It has a stamp of the divinity. Every action of the body flows from the source. You are the source. Know this truth. Abide in this truth. Stay as pure awareness. There is no anxiety about the future. There is no future. Past, present, and future are of the body, as it is time bound. You are always the same, always new, now, fresh, present, purest of pure, uninvolved, untainted. You have never ever done any action. All the actions occurs on you, but nothing touches you. Mind has no clue about you. Mind is part of the matter. People who say mind over matter have no clue about mind. Mind is matter. Mind is part of this body. This body is made up of 5 sheets. Mind, intellect, all are part of the body. You stand on your own support. You are the intelligence. You are the knowledge and the knower. Body mind needs you for survival. You don't need anything. Be happy to know that you are never going to die. You are eternal. And you are peace. You are always in your own blissful state. Don't make this mistake of identifying yourself with the body-mind and acting like body-mind. Always abide in your heart. Get absorbed in your own bliss. You are not dependent on anything in this world, while everything in this world is dependent on you. Everything is your own projection. You are the source. How easy is this practice? How safe is this method? How direct this method is. No mucking around. What is non-duality? Consciousness is only one. Experience of consciousness is the same in all of us. We all know we are conscious. Put all your money, all your attention on this consciousness. Pure awareness, substrate of everything, the ultimate knowledge. This is the only choice we have. Paying attention to the pure awareness, establishing in pure awareness. Ignore all thoughts. All your attachment to all sorts of desires, planning. Give away attachment to your own story. There are millions and billions of stories in this world. Some you know, some you don't know. You are one of those stories of the body-mind complex. Give away your story. Give away your self-importance, pride of this story, constructing this story. This all is illusion. This only is bondage. All your anxiety is because of this story and your belief in this story, and then trying to construct this story in the way you want. All this is false. It has zero value. Believing in this story is the cause of suffering. Listen to yourself. When you have given up all your actions, all your desires, likes and dislikes, when you stay as a pure witness, yourself reveals you yourself. This is very mystical thing. It is mystical as it is beyond your mind, beyond body-mind complex. Anything which mind cannot grasp is always mystical. It is out of this world. The world is a dream. It's part of the nature. It is matter. You are absolute, pure awareness, untouched by this world, beyond mind. You are the energy, source. Pay attention to the pure awareness all the time. Make it your practice, your sadhana. Continuous practice, perseverance on it. Stay longer here. Don't look for any other method. Any more reading books or scriptures. Practice. You have read enough. Now practice. Practice all the time. Wake up in morning. Abide in this truth till you go to bed. You might slip out of it few times or thousands of times, doesn't matter. Come back to it. And soon it becomes our natural state. It is our natural state. Old habits makes us slip into person mode. We are not. At a given time, you can be only one, snake or rope. You're always rope. You're always pure awareness, Brahman, consciousness. You're never a person. It's only a case of mistaken identity. So stay in your heart long enough. Long enough so your mind dissolves, ego disappears, and there's complete emptiness. All the duality dissolves. And you are one with the source. And you realize that you are the source. Nothing else needs to be done. Never ever downgrade yourself. You are that ultimate truth. You are purest of pure, untainted, uninvolved. Never blame for any wrongdoing to yourself or to others. You and others are mere images in this absolute awareness. There is no doer. All the guilt, shame, proud, joy, suffering is because we always think we are the doer. Give away this doership. It is just a thought, completely wrong thought. And it arises because you think you are this body-mind. Am, ego, I am. This I am is wrong. This is the first sin. I. There is no I here. There is no doer. Give away this false notion forever. See from your own life, how much control do you have? You have no control on your birth, no control on your death. How can you have control in between? When the start and end has no control, how can you have control in between? Remember, things are happening as they have to. Ego thinks it has a choice. Awareness knows there is no choice. Ego always sees imperfection in things. Awareness knows everything is perfectly right. Ego thrives on resistance. Awareness lives in harmony. Ego serves purpose only to one body-mind complex. Awareness has no purpose. It is serving nothing and so serving everything. Even if ego tries to serve others, it is actually serving itself. When awareness is not serving anyone, it is serving everything. You are never ego. You are always pure awareness. If you don't remember, you don't acknowledge, you don't practice, and it's not your experiential knowledge, then these words needs to be repeated again and again and again and again until you establish in the Absolute. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.